guys, so today is Emma's newborn photo shoot. I'm so excited because I didn't get to do that with the boys. Like, just like my maternity shoot, I didn't do it with the boys. With Lucas, I just remember being like, it was really expensive. I mean, this was like almost 5 years ago. I was like, it's kind of expensive. Like, I love doing at-home photo shoots, so I was like, I can just take pictures of him at home, like, you know, whatever. And then with Noah, it started to really become like a thing, and I was like, I really want to do it, but it was COVID, so like nobody was doing them. And then with Emma, we actually got picked, or she actually got picked to be a little model. So we don't have to pay for it. Actually, it's gonna be free. We're just gonna get some like pictures out of it. And I'm so excited because I didn't think they were gonna pick us because they have like thousands of followers on Instagram, and they were doing like a model call thing, and I just submitted, you know, our information, and then I got an email that said that, you know, she got picked. So I was like, oh my god, like, how exciting. So we're actually on our way to do that. She's right there, little girl. It's her first outing alone, like just me and her. So I was literally like, please don't cry in the car because I'm gonna be by myself. You ready, Mama? You ready to be a little model? Huh? We are done. That took a while. I mean, they did let me know that it was gonna take anywhere from 3 to 4 hours, but just sitting there like doing nothing, it felt like way longer. It's 5 o'clock and we got here at 1:30. But she did really good. Like, she didn't cry. She wasn't like complaining. She didn't like pee or like poop herself, because there was another lady there with her baby girl who also happened to be named Emma, and they were in the middle of like changing her outfit, and she like projectile pooped on like the thing, and she was like, oh my god. But I honestly thought it was gonna happen to Emma too, because I didn't know, which it made sense once I realized, but I didn't know that they take their diaper off for those kind of like photo shoots, like the professional ones. And then once I saw it, I was like, okay, well, yeah, that makes sense, because like you never see like the bulge, the diaper bulge, whatever, in those kind of pictures. So they're like it's totally normal, like it happens all the time. They like pee or poop themselves, like we just gotta change the sheets, whatever. But yeah, like I honestly expected her to do the same, because I mean, they're babies, you know, but she didn't. And they were like, oh my god, like she's so good. Like we didn't hear her cry like ever, and it was like, you know, like hours, like 3-4 hours. And then I was like, yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought she was gonna cry at some point, but she didn't. And I gotta be honest, I was kind of sketched out a little bit coming here on my own, because it was at a rental property, so it was like in an actual house. So I was kind of like sketched about it, because I was like, I don't know, like I don't know, like I was kind of nervous about it, because I feel like I'm very like, everybody is out to get my kids and kidnap them, and like it's just in my head, you know. So I was like, oh, and then like getting there was even more sketch, because I was like noticing that some of the bars on my phone were like going down, like there wasn't that much signal, and then I was like, oh, I don't know. But I was like, no, okay, so like their Instagram is like legit, their website is legit. Like the lady called me beforehand and told me like it's gonna be at a rental property, like there's snacks for you, you can, you know, help yourself to whatever you want. Which I can't even tell you how many snacks I had, because girl, I had snacks. and they were like, it's just easier for us because she's a model, but it's also for their training photographer, so that's why it also takes like that long. So they were like, it's just easier and more comfy for like everybody, it being into like in like a rental property. So like they did call me and everything was very professional, so that's why I was like, let me just, like, I think it's fine, you know, it's just in my head. And then Danny offered to come, obviously, but I was like, no, it's okay, like, you know, I know it's just me. I feel like it's a lot of moms, you know, that are like, oh, like like especially right now, like everybody's out to get kids, like that's crazy, so like you have to be extra careful. But yeah, I mean, I gave Danny the address of where I was going, my location. I sent him like their Instagram, and then I get there was a car outside, parked like in a driveway. I sent him the picture of the car with the license plate, like, so if anything happened and it wasn't legit, like, he knows where I'm at. They have the car. And as I was getting up there, like, I saw, I think it was like a house or 2 houses down, there was like an old man, like, he looked like a nice old man in his garage, like his garage was open, he was doing some kind of work there. I was like, okay, if anything, this man can hear me scream if something goes down, like, you know, whatever, like, it might be like too much, but you better safe than sorry. Like, that's definitely the what is it called, the quote right now, better safe than sorry. So because a lot of people are doing things out of their home, like since COVID especially, like all these things are being done like at houses, and like even my maternity shoot, I was also kind of sketched, and that's why I had Danny come with me, because they said like, oh, it's at our house, yada yada, and I said there was way too many stories that I have heard of crazy people. Literally, I was pregnant at the time, like literally cutting women open and taking their babies from the womb. Like, hell no, like that shit is not gonna happen to me. So he came with me, and I told him, I was like, if you're down to come with me, like, he was like, well, obviously, like, if you don't feel safe, you know. And I'm like, yeah, and if anything, like, if once we get in the house and like we see that, yeah, like it's legit, then you can just win the car, you know. And he was like, okay. So that's what we did. Like, as soon as we walked in, they had the whole photo shoot, or like their photo studio set up and everything. I was like, okay, like it's fine, you can wait in the car. I don't know why I think that way, you guys. Like, I literally, I can be just going to Target and I'm like vigilant everywhere, and that's like, that has been me before even having kids. So now, more of a reason that I have kids, now it's more of a reason that since I have kids, I'm like watching everywhere, making sure they're not like following me, like making sure my kids are like right there next to me. Like, you just never know. Sadly, in this world right now, like, you just never know. So you have to be that way, I feel like. And it's some type of anxiety, like, especially now that you have kids, because it's obviously, it's not just about you and what can happen to you. It's more what can happen to your kids. But anyways, nonetheless, it was actually a very like cool and fun experience to have that, like, you know, with Emma. She did really good. I was impressed. I'm impressed by my daughter. So now we're home, and you did good, Mama. Say bye, everybody.